try for 270 if you can.
Speed 270, big stripe 881.
American 2093, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climbing to flight level 360, American 2093.
Portugal 202 Alpha, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240, Air Portugal 202 Alpha.
Pilot to say intentions plugin has initialized and is ready for VATSIM handoffs once you log on to VATSIM.
Austin Center, good evening.
flight deck to cabin crew, can we get boarding underway?
Hey Ty, looks like catering's just finishing up the last meal cart. Boarding should be good to go any moment now.
All right, can we start boarding soon?
Catering's just about done, so boarding should be ready to start shortly.
Okay, can we start boarding now?
Looks like catering's wrapping up, so we should be good to start boarding soon.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome, Ty. Boarding's just getting started, so we'll be ready to go soon. Hey chat, it's your girl Liz. Just letting you know we're getting ready for takeoff soon. Stay tuned.
Who's this over here? Okay, is this the ramp? All right. So everything's ass back. I'm talking to Liz the whole time.
flight deck baggage loading complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this American Airlines flight. My name is Astrid Hansen, and on behalf of my wonderful colleagues, we thank you for choosing to fly with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to any member of our crew. We're here to help you have a pleasant journey.
Flight deck to cabin crew, are all passengers loaded?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight. Please take your seats and stow your luggage. We are preparing for departure shortly.
Hey Liz, can you get our clearance to St. Louis, please?
I'll get our clearance to St. Louis. Hey Chad, we're about to request our IFR clearance to St. Louis. This is where ATC gives us permission to fly our planned route. And we have Romeo.
American 690 Heavy, cleared to St. Louis Lambert. Radar vector is Robbinsville, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 370 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.9er. Squawk 5412. Expect runway 22 right.
Kennedy clearance, American 690 Heavy, cleared to St. Louis Lambert. Radar vectors RBV, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Anticipate flight level 370 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 135.9. Squawk 5412. Expect runway 22 right.
American 690 Heavy, read that correct.
So it looks like we're ready for pushback and taxi here. Ready to go. All right, flight deck to cabin crew, please prepare for pushback and departure. Ready to go. Cockpit to ground, we're ready for pushback. Liz, you want to get our clearance for pushback and start, please?
I'll get our pushback clearance, Ty. Hey Chad, we're requesting pushback clearance now. This is the step where we get permission to move the aircraft back from the gate and start our engines. Heavy. Requesting clearance for pushback, we have Romeo.
American 690 Heavy, push and start approved. Tail south.
Push and start approved. Tail south. American 690 Heavy.
Here we go. Oh, you wait. Come on and say hi to everybody. I will catch up with you guys in a little while on cam.
For 5434, we need to pick up IFR clearance to Atlanta.
Avianca 20 Heavy, hold short of runway 4 left, 737 on the runway.
Cleared to Hartsfield, Jackson. Radar vectors Blue Jay, then as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Departure on 132.85. Squawk 4456. Departure runway 3 and number 5434.
5434.
Inter 355. We're ready for push and start.
Inter 355, Kennedy ground, push and start approved. Tail north.
Push and start approved. Tail north, Inter 355.
Avianca 20 Heavy, cross runway 4 left, then continue taxi via Bravo, Hotel Bravo.
Cross runway 4 left, then Bravo, Hotel Bravo. Avianca 20 Heavy.
Welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 20. We ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors located throughout the cabin for a brief safety message about aircraft. Your attention, please.
Welcome to your American Airlines flight.
On its way to one of more than 350 destinations.
In countries across the globe.
Made possible by our more than 130,000 dedicated team members.
Who all do it for one reason. You. That's why your safety is so important to us. So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way.
To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, lift the top of the buckle. If you're seated in the premium cabin and your seat is also equipped with a shoulder belt, fasten the belt by attaching it to the buckle until you hear a click. If you're seated in the premium cabin and your seat is equipped with a push button, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. Then, fasten your shoulder belt by attaching it to the buckle until you hear a click. To open, simply press on the button. The shoulder belt must be worn during taxi, takeoff, and landing. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices are put away, carry-ons are placed all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including e-cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card in your seat pocket, which explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This aircraft is designed with escape path lighting on or near the floor. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, leave all carry-ons behind and follow the lights quickly and safely to the nearest exit. A sign will indicate you have reached your exit. All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All door exits have evacuation slides to use in the unlikely event of an emergency. In a water evacuation, slides may be used as life rafts. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. If the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, pull down on the mask or the red streamer to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Then pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. Remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others. Life vests are located under, next to, or between your seat.
Good evening, clear to runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
See your safety card. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle to break the seal. Remove the vest from the package like this. Put the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist. Attach the buckle.
GA parking stand 38 via Kilo Lima.
Alright, Liz, let's get our clearance to taxi.
In the water, a light on your vest will automatically illuminate.
This guy's upset.
Sure thing, Ty. I'll get our taxi clearance.
Remember, the safety card shows how to use it. It's our honor to care for you on your journey.
Kennedy
If you
ground,
have any
American
questions,
690
please
Heavy.
refer to the
We have
safety
Romeo,
card,
ready
or
to
feel
taxi.
free to ask any of the cabin crew as to
American
their final
690
cabin
Heavy,
check.
runway 22 right,
And as
taxi.
always, Let
Via
us know if
Tango
there's
Alpha
anything we
Alpha,
can
Delta
do to
Bravo,
make your
Yankee
journey
Alpha
more
Echo,
enjoyable.
hold short of runway 31 right.
Runway 22 right. Tango Alpha, Alpha, Delta Bravo,
American Airlines.
Yankee Alpha,
We fly
Echo.
so you can
Hold
soar.
short of runway 31 right. American 690 Heavy.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and taxi because this guy's sending me messages on VATSIM. He's so upset that we just pushed into him. Wah! All right, welcome to New York.
Taxi to runway 35 Alpha.
Welcome to New York, Hondo.
Inbound 5434.
What we're doing over here? Blame the tough guy. You ain't even got nothing going on, bro. You ain't even got a big plane or nothing. Like, just complaining to complain.
Cross runway 6.
Cross runway 6, jet speed 319.
Oh, he's a fellow 787.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 2618, requesting pushback and start.
JetBlue 2618, push and start approved. Tail northwest.
Push and start approved, tail northwest, JetBlue 2618.
This guy is upset, man. It's like, just backed into me. Oh. Yeah. This dude just came up on the network too, like. He wasn't even parked over there.
Kennedy ground, Inter 355, we're ready to taxi.
Inter 355, runway 22 right taxi via Kilo Foxtrot Bravo Echo, hold short of runway 31 right.
Taxi to runway 22 right via Kilo Foxtrot Bravo Echo, holding short of runway 33 right, Inter 355.
Yeah, dude. Like, come on. This guy's crying just to be crying. Yeah, don't get me started, man. Yeah, dude. I'm not the one to mess with, especially at my home airport, JFK. This guy's sitting there with no flight plan. This is crazy. This guy's nuts. into a mess. See a lot of tails. Like, come see me in St. Louis, dog. Still sitting over there, nothing. Speedboat. What's up there? What are you doing? You departing? Like, Norris, you know, a Dreamliner. Oh yeah. We're gonna give way to Norris.
Baltimore ground, southwest 1270. Good evening, cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate. Gate Charlie 13 via Hotel Tango Alpha, southwest 1270.
Everybody's gonna crowd up right there, and people are just popping in like, and all you guys gonna hang out right there, no problem. Americans going the deep way, baby. All right, Liz, can we get a departure briefing?
All right, hi. Here's the departure briefing. We'll be departing from runway 22 right. We'll follow the filed route with an initial climb clearance to 5,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with radar vectors to RBV, then as filed, climbing to flight level 370. Weather at departure shows winds 190 at 12 knots. Visibility 1,500. No significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 5412, and departure frequency will be 135.9. We're configured for takeoff with 5. V1 is 152 knots. VR is 155 knots. V2 is 157 knots. Flaps 5. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. That's the briefing, Captain. Just say the word when you want me to call for taxi.
All right, could you actually contact the tower and get our clearance for takeoff?
All right, Ty. I'll contact the tower for our takeoff clearance. Kennedy Tower, American 690 Heavy, requesting clearance for takeoff on runway 22 right.
American 690 Heavy, runway 22 right. Hold short, you're number 2 behind the A320. American 690 Heavy, runway 22 right, 190 at 12. By runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, winds 190 at 12. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff. American 690 Heavy.
Flight deck, the cabin crew will clear for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now clear for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position. Thank you for your attention.
Contacting departure, American 690 Heavy. Departure, American 690 Heavy. Good evening, climbing for 1,500.
Departure, you copy American 690.
10,000, turn left, heading 245, direct Robbinsville when able, then on navigation.
Approach, you copy November 6, American 690. It's 120.8. American 690 Heavy checking in 120.8. If not, we're going to switch back over to say intentions. Say to me. 35.9. Check.
American 690 Heavy, climb and maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000. American 690 Heavy.
And we do thank you for your attention. Once we have reached a safe and comfortable cruising altitude, your flight attendants will be throughout the cabin to offer you beverages of your choice, followed by our international flagship meal service. During the course of our flight, snacks and beverages will be available. If at any given point you wish to sleep undisturbed, we do ask that you kindly display all fastened seatbelts on the outside of all garments or blankets, so as your crew does do frequent safety checks. Failure to see yourself will result in having to awaken you for compliance. We thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Contacting New York Center on 118.975. American 690 Heavy.
Dear guests, we have now climbed above 10,000 feet. The use of approved electronic devices is permitted in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly, and I appreciate your patience. Thank you for flying with American Airlines.
00.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, American 690.
Gotta love those guys that want to fight on VATSIM through text. So we can go on guard. We can speak on guard, dude. You know what I mean? We can speak on guard. Man. Yeah, dude, ain't nobody calling you. Call me, please. Hell no.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, American 690.
You don't even have a flight plan, dude. You yelling at me? I just loaded in, dude. Alright, so if you just loaded in, like, stop crying. Like, cut that out. That's what your mother raised you to do? Cry? Alright, flight deck to cabin crew. You guys might want to start the meal service sooner than later. Can't push him to do it. Just tell him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our meal service shortly. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you for flying with us.
All right. Dude crying. He's sitting at JFK at the gate crying. Yeah, the guy's at the gate right now crying. I just loaded in and got hit by a 787. The guy's taking it a little too seriously. All right, thank you for your service. I appreciate you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our meal service shortly. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you for flying with us.
Climb and maintain flight level 370. American 690.
center on 126.275.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We have some delightful options for you today, including our popular chicken salad and a selection of fine wines. After the service, selected items from the American Airlines shop will be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for flying with us.
All right, so we're heading to St. Louis. St. Louis. Well, we going to St. Louis. See if we got any messages. Yeah, no, nothing from that guy. LaGuardia, everything's up over there in LaGuardia. They got a mean streak of guys coming in right now. I'm going down to STL. Hey, is that Eric? right, so yeah, we're on the move. 787-9. Doing pretty good cruise. Yeah, all right. In the Bravo 787-9, and I think we are going to be doing a day landing in St. Louis. So we're just cruising down. And any questions, throw them in the chat, and I'll come on cam in a little bit.
Contacting New York Center on 124.775. American 690. New York Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening, maintaining flight level 370.
Flight deck to cabin crew, can we get a report from the cabin, please? All right, thank you for the update. I appreciate your service. Hey Liz, how we doing up here?
We're doing great, Ty. Cruising smoothly at flight level 370.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently cruising at an altitude of 36,000 feet. The seatbelt sign is off, and you are free to move about the cabin. Thank you for flying with us.
All right. Good break up. Sorry, Liz. She just started talking. We got a little bit more time left, almost halfway through. And when we get to it, we'll do the approach briefing. And would you like anything to eat or snack on brought up?
Thanks, Ty. I'm good for now, but I'll let you know if I change my mind. Looking forward to the approach briefing.
All right, have a good flight, Liz.
Thanks, Ty. Enjoy the flight, too. Let me know when you're ready for the approach briefing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently cruising at an altitude of 36,000 feet. The seatbelt sign is off, and you are free to move about the cabin. Thank you for flying with us.
She's not claiming to be American Airlines or anything. But we know it's not a fraud. Alright, we can't even play the game do people live there or not because there's too many freaking clouds. Yep. It's not that type of flight.
690, contact Washington Center on 134.15.
Washington Center.
Contacting Washington Center on 134.15. American 690.
I don't know if that'll be Jacksonville or Houston Center. What do you got coming at us? Yeah, St. Louis right there. I might fly back up to
Washington
JFK.
Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening. With you, flight level 370.
American 690, Washington Center, good evening.
Funny story, when Emmett was here last week, he was trying to fly the 737. One thing on the landing, I saw him just jerking my yoke back and forth, in and out. And I decided to look for a little while before I said anything. And after like 3 failed approaches and no butter and just peanuts, I said, like, what makes you do that, dude? What makes you just want to go and just... He's like, that's what it looks like is going on in all the videos that I watch. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, yeah, that's what the pilots do. And I'm like, the kid can't even feel it. He doesn't know yet. Poor kid, he's only 10. If he took it as seriously as me, then, you know. Everything's looking good. Okay. Boo boo. Oh, something. Alright, let me get out of here. Get back in my seat where I'm supposed to be. Stay over here. We are in cruise. But I get any messages? No messages on VATSIM. We're clear. Yeah, it looks like I'm just flying on the outskirts of Cleveland. Got a lot of approach guys out there. Yeah, there's a lot of approaching towers out there tonight. And we're gonna sneak on into St. Louis tonight, man. Yeah, that's where we're going. If anybody needs a ride, we're heading to St. Louis. What turns all the lights on? Hope we don't need glare shield or any of that on the way in. Bang bang. Top of descent, 56 minutes. We're making procedure turns. We're doing all right here. So with this flight, took off from JFK 22 right, and we are flying to St. Louis, and we are expected to land on runway 30 right. Now, just keep an eye on these runways. 30 right is the approach runway. So when we get closer, I'll program the nav radio for the ILS for the 30 right, because we've already got the approach programmed in, the arrival and the approach programmed into the box. So where's 30 right? Oh. 30 right. Alright, so we're landing out in the field, and we'll have to taxi back. It's not bad. And we gotta wait to cross the active departure runway. Same deal we deal with at JFK, no big deal. Hopefully there'll be nobody there that'll cry that we backed into them. Because I drive the tug. You know, they don't have any say intentions. The problem with us saying intentions, people. Ain't nothing to do. You just hang out here. Alright, I'll check back in. find out it's going to be beautiful in St. Louis. Let's check out the weather there. It's good. Yup. Weather briefing looks awesome at St. Louis tonight. We may end up flying visual down the ILS. This company will only let me switch to visual from right on there, unless we're flying a visual approach. There's an ILS available, so I have to fly the ILS, but I do not have to fly the ILS all the way down to touchdown. Just have to show that I got the plane on the glide slope, and then I can take over at any time and be the butter king and do the butter landing as the butter king. That's all. That's all I got to do, guys. That's all we're planning on doing tonight. We switched up the controls because I think Emmett hasn't been here since we switched over, but the landing gear was hard to reach, so we switched. I think I did that last night. I don't remember doing all this. Everything's been switched over, and now I'm a new pilot here learning, and it seems to be working so far. I like it.
American 690, contact Washington Center on 118.025.
Contacting Washington Center on 118.025. American 690. Washington Center, American 690 Heavy. Good. At flight level 370.
American 690, Washington Center, good evening. 690, contact Indianapolis Center on 132.825.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 132.825. American 690. Indianapolis Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening. Maintaining flight level 370.
American 690, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
See, we don't really have that many. Disruptions on our planes because we don't play that. I'm like a Greyhound bus driver. I let people know before we take off. If you fit to do it, we're gonna secure you, and everybody's going the way they gotta go, and you going to jail. That's how we do it on my flights. International is a different story, but here domestically, yeah, you want to get all hippity hoppity? Nah, not over here. Don't do it over here. Please, don't do it over here. Trying to adjust right stick of my rudder pedals. Make sure we have optimal performance on these. And the funny part about it is the story that I was telling earlier, I thought about it. And Emmett really does see me like towards the end, like working this yoke on a GA aircraft. But not on the 787, man. We smooth with it, man. You can't, we ain't doing none of all that crazy stuff. You guys can see the yoke moving on the screen right now. Yeah, we ain't gotta do all that. But this kid got on there and he started whipping it. Oh, what? He'll learn. You know what I mean? He'll learn. I'm down here by the rudder pedals and I'm going to switch. I've had the GA pedals going forever. So now we're going to switch over to commercial airliner rudder pedals. So Emmett sometimes has a hard time reaching these things. I'm going to show him a picture of the commercial versus yeah, I think I'm gonna rock the commercial too. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Sent him a picture. Let's switch him over fast, like, especially Atlanta. Let's see. Because I always had like this type of rudder pedal. When I had the old joints, what was it? The Satec. rudder pedals, but now with these Turtle Beach rudder pedals in effect, if I can change it, yeah, why not? Oh my God. Pull this out. This one. Squat, right? Here we go. Now you got the commercial rudder pedals. Alright. Take these, put them to the side. Let me see how it feels when I get in here. Hold up. Goes down here. Let me put the tool back. Before I forget to put the tool back. Oh. What? I might have to be able to come up. Oh man. Wow, that's a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'll rock these for a while. Then we'll see what happens. All right, we have a top of descent in 25 minutes, so my break, and I will be back, and yeah, we'll get with it, guys. Thanks for watching the Airplane Show.
American 690, contact Indianapolis Center on 120.275.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 120.275. American 690. Indianapolis Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening. At flight level 370.
American 690, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
I'm not used to being able to rest my feet on these comfortable, full-footed rudder pedals. I'm gonna wonder how it's gonna be taxiing with these things. I might have to use the tiller. We'll see. But we're en route. It's like maybe close to a sunset landing. Let's see what we got going on here. $80, 160 miles. Alright, and let's stick it on that. Let's see what we got here. Flights. .30 right. So we're looking to charge the approach. The ILS 30 right. I want to get this set up before I go out and take my last break before landing. So we bring up the plate. There's the plates there. I want to see the plate. Hold on, set the tablet, man. Alright. Let's get it out of the plane. Alright. Over here to Navigraph. Get it. K S T L D. Alright. Approach. .30 right, bro. ILS and localizer, 30 right. Now we know what Trish. And we're coming down off of 5,000. Alright, so we'll keep that there. Actually, we'll turn the 111.30 and
American
303.
690, contact Indianapolis Center on 127.025.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 127.025. American 690.
Oops, there.
Indianapolis Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening. Maintaining flight level 370.
American 690, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
All right, we're locked in. Locked in. Only thing we gotta check is bang. It's back on the arrival. .280 coming up. So we get prepared for the 280 and yeah, get ready to land this thing. American 690 Heavy. All right, here we go.
American 690, descend via Boosh 3, VXV, transition into St. Louis, altimeter 3004.
Descend via Boosh 3, PXV transition into St. Louis. Altimeter 3004, American 690.
We got the transition. Oh, forgot the rudder pedals are so close. Alright, let's set up for 280. And we're gonna start our approach into St. Louis. Slow the plane down a little bit. Right. Got clearance to descend. Oh yeah, these rudder pedals feel weird. But they're more effective, kind of. We'll see on the ground. Alright, here we go. What do we got? Give me the altimeter 3004. I'm gonna get that in there. Skid 3004. Good to go. And we are on our arrival to St. Louis. Weather looks pretty good once we get above those, below those clouds. Look at our next waypoint on the lake here. These rudder pedals. You just got to keep your feet on them. 28,000. Here we go. Flight deck to cabin crew, please prepare for descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be beginning our descent shortly. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for your cooperation.
To prepare for landing, please close your tray table and put away carry-on items. Place your seat in the original upright position. We will now collect any items you wish to discard. Please put away larger electronic devices, including laptop computers.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
For smaller handheld devices in your hand or seat pocket.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to St. Louis. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right, Liz, we got an arrival briefing.
We'll be arriving in St. Louis on runway 30 right, using the ILS approach, flying the Boosh 3 arrival. Weather shows winds 320 at 6 knots. Squawk code 5412. Approach frequency 132.125. Flaps 30 for landing. Final approach speed 141 knots. Taxiing to gate C9er. Let me know if you want anything changed.
American 690, contact Kansas City Center on 135.05.
Contacting Kansas City Center on 135.05, American 690. Kansas City Center, American 690 Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 330 descending via Bouche 3.
American 690, Kansas City Center, good evening.
All right, Liz, everything sounds good. I appreciate the briefing, and we'll talk on the ground as long as we check and cross-check on final.
Thanks, Ty. Sounds like a plan. I'll keep everything checked and cross-checked up here.
Flight deck cabin crew, prepare for a little bit of weather on our way down, and we'll see you guys on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our descent. Please ensure your seat belts are fastened and your seats are in the
14
upright
minutes.
position. Thank you for your cooperation.
Here we go. We're going on a 14 tab. Control speed 309. Kick it back. Throttle's back. We'll kick our throttle back. Reverse thrust is back, ready to go. Here we are, heading into St. Louis, guys. See if we got anything here. Alright, the glare shield's on.
Kansas City Center, Delta 9978 Heavy. Good evening. At flight level 410.
Del to 9978, Kansas City Center, good evening.
Got the plate right here. 5,000 Trish. We're about to get under the weather here. We're getting locked in for landing. Alright, the captain is ready. We're secure. We've got the runway. We got it. 30 right. C8. We're in it, bro. Alright, so now we're locked in for landing. gonna get into some clouds, but then there'll be another cloud layer at 6,000. Everything's staying right. Lowest cloud base is 6,500. Then we got 25,000. We went 9,000. We'll see. 3004, they calling it. Yep, 3004 is programmed in. Here we go. We are descending down to 14,000. Check the box one more time. 10,000. We're gonna be going down to 10,000 here. $10,000. Already got that approved. Let's slow down. 245. We need help. Just like right now, we're gonna bring in the spoilers. That's the captain bringing in the spoilers.
All to 9978, expect the Chipper 1 arrival, Matthew transition in about 20 minutes. I'll start to descend. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier.
Expecting the Chipper 1 arrival. Matthew transition. DL 29978.
15, what are we going to? 10,000. Now we gotta bring that speed back. Slow it up, bring it back up. We're on the way out. Oh, speed's gonna try to go up. We'll be at an altitude. As the captain, I gotta save the airframe. No spoilers back.
DLTAL 9978, contact epicenter on 135.5.
Go. Spoilers are
Contacting
retracted.
epicenter on 135.5. DLL 109978.
Plate right here. Glide slope is at 3100 at Rayleigh. 3100 at Rayleigh. There we go. They're calling it 2100.
690, contact St. Louis approach on 132.125.
2100 at Rayleigh.
Contacting St. Louis approach on
Yep,
132.125.
2100 at Rayleigh. That's
American
what they call
690.
it. All right. So back. We'll go back. 14,000. We're good to go. Down to 10,000. The lights are on.
St. Louis altimeter 3004, expect the ILS runway 30 right approach to St. Louis. Advise you have information hotel.
Altimeter 3004. Expecting the ILS runway 30 right approach. American 690 Heavy.
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our final approach into St. Louis.
6,000.
Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away. Your seats are in the full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. The weather in St. Louis is currently 24 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Our assigned gate is gate C9. Thank you for your cooperation.
Down to 8,000. Going on to 8,000. Make sure we've slowed. I'm not used to these commercial aviation rudder pedals. Down to 240s. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go down to 8,000. Here we go. I get through this layer. We're going to 8,000, but there's a cloud layer at 6,000 at top. So, alright. Pretty clear from here. See the approach. We're going to be bringing in on the embankment. What are they going to bring us in on? Hixom. Hixom. Let's look up Hixom here. Hixom 5,000. Hixom 5,000. All right, so. Got a couple of them to go. As long as we're slowed, we're alright. And we're going to make the ILS approach to runway 30 right at St. Louis tonight. And we're going to try to use these commercial rudder pedals to navigate to the gate. So I might switch back to the GAs real fast. But it's going to be a little bit of a slow go from here. Down in speed. I don't even flaps yet. But we're going to start making some procedural turns up here. And we're going to be getting right. We are on VATSIM. Let's see if anybody sent me any messages. No messages on VATSIM. We're gonna ident. I see no guys working St. Louis. Same intentions would hand me off. And we're good, and we're gonna land in St. Louis. All right. It's been a while since we've done this flight. We are already at 8,000. 230. Where are we on the approach? Bring us that back down 190. 190, we could start deploying the flap soon. And we're on the approach. Good to go. Alrighty. Good boy, over here. 787. Got to land in St. Louis, taxi to the gate, and be done for the night. We'll do a multi-leg tomorrow afternoon. Because I like the way we got this set up here. Cockpit to ramp. Do we have a gate yet? All right, thank you, sir. See you now. All right. So, we inbound. And let me take my last break before we go ahead and land, guys.
American 690 Heavy, flight current heading 350, descend and maintain 6,000 vectors for the ILS runway 30 right approach.
Heading 350, descend and maintain 6,000, Vectors for the ILS runway 30 right approach. American 690 Heavy.
All right, now. Looks like some butter is about to happen. So, on the 5,000. No, what are they calling that at the end? 2,100. We're gonna go down to 2,100 for the butter. Get ready for the butter. $2,100. We're ready for the vertical speed. Here we go. And we're going to bring that speed down to 155. Prepare for the bar. Alright. Boom. Might even not even have to do it. Alright, here we go. This is a special Butter Kings video for Emmett. Well, just, you don't have to do 737. You could fly to 787. Alright, we're gonna, oh, we on vectors? Hold on. On vectors. Hikes them. Let's do it. Nav is still on. Hikes them. Put it up here in the box. Bang. Execute that. We're going down to 2,100, folks. Gonna intercept it right where we need to. Here we go. I'm gonna slow down. We're 230. We're going 2,100 feet per minute. Let's see if we can let down a little bit more. Boom. And here we go, guys. We're gonna land in St. Louis. There's nobody here on that sim, so here we go.
American 690 Heavy, speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots. American 690 Heavy.
American 690 Heavy, 12 miles from relay, turn left, heading 330, descend and maintain 3,100, shall establish on localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 30 right, approach.
Left heading 330. Descend and maintain 2100 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 30 right approach. American 690 Heavy.
Here we go on to St. Louis. We're gonna drop some flaps. Ready for St. Louis approach. Here we go. 155. Get it at speed. Speed or on the roads. Here we go. In the St. Louis, guys. Picking it up from the outer. Getting on to the final. Don't worry about it. As soon as we get out of the turn. Auto brakes. Auto brakes 2. Ready for reverse thrust. Gears coming down. Alright, Liz, we're ready for the approach briefing.
Alright, Ty. We'll be arriving in St. Louis on runway 30 right, using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Bush 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 30 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 320 at 6 knots, scattered clouds at 6,500 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5412, and approach 132.125. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 141 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate C9er. That's the arrival briefing, Captain. Let me know if you want anything changed.
No, we're good on that, Liz. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ty. Let me know if you need anything else.
Alright, one of the approach. Flaps going out to full. Flight deck, cabin crew, prepare for landing. Here we go. Waiting for the glide slope in. And everybody's ready for touchdown. Here we go on to St. Louis. Get ready with these rudder pedals.
Contacting St. Louis Tower on 132.475. American 690 Heavy.
Making sure you're configured like this where you're just riding on in, man. And then watch, we're gonna catch that glide
St. Louis
slope.
Tower, American 690 Heavy. Good evening on the ILS runway 30 right approach.
American 690 Heavy, St. Louis Tower, runway 30 right. Winds 320 at 6. Cleared to land.
Here we go.
Clear to land, runway 30 right. American 690 Heavy.
To prepare for landing, please close your tray table and put away carry-on items. Place your seat in the original
Did it
upright
freeze
position.
up?
We will now collect any items you
It
wish to
froze
discard.
up on.
Please put away larger electronic devices, including
Come
laptop
on,
computers.
man. This is crazy. Yo, froze up on landing, guys.
In your hand or seat pocket. Devices must remain in airplane mode until after we land. We will be landing soon.
That's it. It's about to crash. That's crazy. Sim Update 6 is nuts, guys. Alright, we're gonna disconnect from VATSIM. Close that out. We're gonna let you guys see how this ends up. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, you wanna freeze up on final like this? Look at this thing. I can't do nothing. Yep.